All the cities, all the nations, everything that falls your way, I say, there is a deeper way than this.
Oh yeah, for many years, every year, I would have to go through the struggle that I have lived with forever. A struggle to just trust the people around me and be present, rather than be busy or, organize everything or, take care of everything or withdraw. And when I would struggle against that, I would inevitably irritate people, and they would call me on it. And then I could drop down into what was really going on. It's like, I just don't feel a part. I don't feel a connection. I'm afraid of that. And it's a simple thing to say. It's a profound thing to live. And the blessing was I was able to live that in this setting and take a break and wash the dishes or cook something or, gather up wood for the fire, and laugh. But no one forgot. And so I would go into that belly and be with it. Okay, this is who I really am. I'm really afraid to be present with people. And it is part of the hero's journey flow, but when you do that, you really make an ally of that deep fear, and you can learn from it, learn amazing things. That's the genius of it, is when you're in that belly and you make an ally of the beast, you learn things, really profound things. And it's given me such scope to be gently powerful out in the world, or humbly quiet, more quiet. And my connections with people are much deeper and richer because of it.
I think my belly of the beast is probably, usually probably happens in performance, or maybe used to. I think that's usually my most difficult point is, or maybe my biggest fear as well, which takes me to the belly of the beast, is, you've gotten to a certain point in the journey, and you've created this material, and here you are sharing it with people, and I'd say my belly of the beast is probably moments when I feel that it's not being received. I mean, I think any musician's biggest fear is they're out there performing and people aren't listening or don't care, or no one showed up to the show. So I think the belly of the beast for me is having to go into those places where you're having to experience your sort of deepest fears, and then bring a new presence and still try to complete the transmission that is your intention. I think the task is to stay present and to create that work of art that you've come to create. So for me, I think for a lot of people, that, biggest fear being abandonment, what happens if someone doesn't see or doesn't, listen to that, or everybody just turns around and leaves and walks out of the place. Can I sit through that? And I think having had those experiences, I'm not as afraid of that anymore, probably. You kind of get through it, you know, you get through it and you sort of say, do you know what, it's not personal, it's, you know, that's what was going on with those people at the time. So, yeah, I think that's not as scary for me anymore, but I think the belly of the beast as a performer is those moments when you're challenged to really be present, and you have to be spontaneous in order to be present with yourself as a performer. And I think being present no matter what happens or what response you're getting from people, rather than shutting down and starting to judge, oh, they're not listening because of this, or nobody wants to hear it because of this, or if you can just stay present and not take it personally, what you perceive happening, and you can just carry on doing what you came to do. I think that's as a performer getting through that belly of the beast.
Sinking into a way of being that involves not knowing. You know, we can not know about certain things that are sort of esoteric or maybe intellectual interests, but if we don't really know things about, you know, ourselves, or we don't know things about our relationship, or we don't know things about our family, it really feels like a problem. And so how to enter into the places inside of ourselves that we don't really want to go. I mean, to me, that's the belly of the beast, you know. The aspects of ourselves that we keep suppressed or hidden, or, you know, painful experiences that we've had in our life. You have to sort of prepare yourself for it. And this involves going through probably several kinds of stages, you could say, up till then. And then it takes the support of the community, really, I think, you know, to do it in a full way, to do it in a way that you know that you're not alone.
For me, surrendering to the beast, it's just that voice in my head that says, you know, you don't dare, or you can't. So, there was an example in my life where, you know, I carried a lot of abuse, and I just had some hard cards given to me when I was a young boy, and I carried that for so long with absolutely nowhere to turn that when I finally was able to kind of just say, I can't do this anymore. I can't live with this hurt anymore. I just surrendered that to a group of people who were willing to, you know, support me, offer me some reprieve for just a moment, when I was really willing to let go of all of the protection and all of the lifelong building of walls. Yeah, the beast was just that you know, people aren't safe. Nobody's safe. People want something from you, and they're going to take it in any manner of ways that aren't going to be okay with me. So really having to surrender that people are actually, there's a chance that they might be good, that I could trust them. That beast was, and sometimes still is, really in my way.
Well, For me, my experience of the process of entering the belly of the beast is that it's always there in one form or another. There's no illusions here that one journey to the hero's journey is going to conquer the belly of you, is going to conquer the beast in your belly. But what I have gotten out of it is now I understand that I can turn and go into the belly of the beast repeatedly and continue to evolve. I can continue to tame that beast. I can continue to make friends with that beast. I can continue to understand why I have that beast in the first place and where it came from.
The belly of the beast, to me, it's sort of, it's like there's nothing left. You're in there and like there's no world. It's you've let go of everything. And for me, it's been I have attachments to these things. Well, I have to have a wife, and I have to have this house in this particular place, and it has to look this way, and I have to have this car, and I do this. This is my job, and those things I all thought were part of me, and they're not really part of me. They're just something I've created, and so letting go of that, and it's been a process of dismantling, kind of letting those things fall away, and sometimes it's painful, but as they fall away and I realize I can live without that, and still be happy, and actually even happier, more fulfilled, because I have more of myself and less of the accessories of life that we all think are actually, we all think, well, I don't know, we all, I used to think those were the heart, and they're not. They're just the accessories. And so it's been a real growth for me to realize that they're not, and that there's something more, and that's really what's inside of me. And it's been very humbling, because I used to think I was, the know-it-all and the smart guy, and I had, the perfect wife and the perfect house and all those perfect things everybody wants, and then that all fell apart, but it was like something Joseph Campbell said. It's sort of like where you fall, or where you fail, or where you are defeated, that's where your treasure lies. And so there I'm now finding myself, more of myself.
I think that's a word that is commonly used by Joseph Campbell and by other writers, authors, poets, is being annihilated, allowing yourself to be annihilated, to give in, allow yourself to be taken in one way, shape, or form, to be defeated, and the strength that you will get from that. It's not putting up a fight, not resisting that you are failing, and accepting it will make you stronger.
With the fire, it's a surrendering while holding yourself. People say, well, I need to surrender into things. I need to let go and surrender in. Absolutely. You absolutely do. And I surrender, I hope, every day of my life to certain things that I need and feed me and whatnot. But again, it's not synchronicity of coming back to stewarding. You're not giving yourself away. You're not giving yourself to the fire. You're surrendering to it and dancing with it and being with it. You don't want to surrender completely. You want to figure out where that point is that you're in relation. Instead of, if you surrender to a fire, you're going to get burned and you're going to fall into it, or something's going to happen. by being in a relation, surrendering to the relation with it, you get into this beautiful dance, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful dance. And I've worked fires that have, some men have gotten burned. They've gotten burned badly because they weren't in relation to it. And, we're working the same fire, and I walk away going, that one felt good. That wasn't too bad. And they're going, are you kidding me? That was the hottest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. Because it's about being in that relation to you and to this, in your marriage. You give and give and give to the point that you're no longer there dancing. Someone wants a partner to dance with. They don't want a doormat to walk on. No one wants that. Well, you're not in relation, you're in servitude. Well, I didn't get in servitude or indentured servitude to you. I want to be in marriage with you. I want to be in this relation, this dance with you. And yeah, we're going to be out of step at times. We're going to step on each other's feet at times. But at times we want to be in that synchronicity in the flow of, hey, this is something that really calls to me. I want to go do this. Will you support me? And I will come back and support you tenfold. Not that I owe you, but I want to be there for you too. I got to hold me so I can hold you. If you come with the power, it's this feeling of, I will do this, I will dominate you, you will do what I say. And that's that edge of aggression that's going to get you aggression back. Or someone collapsing. They're not going to dance with you. You go, okay, is that where you're at? I got nothing, but if that's where you're at, okay, Like when you're dancing, you might give, but it's not to the point of falling down or giving yourself away. It's holding space for them.
Rising in the light, there is a deeper wave than this. Nothing will withstand us. Say love is the seventh wave. I 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 say love. I say love. I say love. I say